Ranked matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies, as we'll see the national champions from last year, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. Coming out with it, it's Pickett. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
He has the first and still on his feet. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the touchdown, Nebraska. Once he got some room, it was over.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Give to the back. Breaks the tackle. And runs through another one. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to...
Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Huskers. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And he made the extra point without problem. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Washington right back to the line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Oh, they're after him. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They'll give it to the back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. Busts through behind his pad. Breaks into the open. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. This offense thrives on those big, explosive plays, and that one has them set up with a 1st and 10 from the 17. Going to the run, it's Parker. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. And the Huskers are threatening on 1st and goal.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl.
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Dumps it to the back. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all. But no surprise. When you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
He rifles one deep down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
It has been tough sledding for this quarterback here early in the game. He's 0 for 5 right now. I give the defense tons of credit. It's not just good coverage in the back end, and it's not just a good pass rush. They're doing a nice job mixing up their looks coverage-wise. This quarterback looks confused, and that's a big reason why, guys, this offense has not scored a single point so far.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Gets the back moving. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for him.
Turning it on! Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
The Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Leaves it with the back. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Garrett. Makes the catch. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And the Huskies moving quickly to the line. From the gun. Fires into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
The big tight end was fighting for every inch, but he will be stopped short, and it'll be 4th down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. Surging forward on the sneak. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Man, he looks short of that play, and the quarterback sneak is such an easy play, and you trust it because the quarterback gets the ball right away, but that defensive line was having none of it. Failed 4th down. Big-time stop for this defense.
They'll try the right side. Jukes his way for more. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The Huskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. Oh, he's got some space. He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
That's a great-looking run there. Nebraska's had such a great lineage at running back. When you think back to the great Roger Craig or Amon Green, Lawrence Phillips, Rex Burkhead, they always seem to be pumping somebody up into the NFL. This guy has a chance to play on Sunday because of his skills.
They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds his tight end. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got his man downfield. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that first down.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Wants to fire on second down. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And this offense stays aggressive, and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it and be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle.
And this game is going perfect for the defense right now. They haven't been on the field that much. The offense hasn't had that many possessions. Here we are at the end of the first half. They're still pitching a shutout, and they're ready for this quarterback to take shots. They're sensing the frustration, and that time in perfect position, forcing that incompletion.
And that's a big shot, that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Back to pass, it's Garrett. Looking to the big tight end. Complete downfield. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. The Huskies want to crank the tempo. On the run, it's Washington. Shakes off the defender. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
And such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, when they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table for everything they want to do offensively.
And the Huskies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Off the play fake. Lets it fly. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
You just feel like the sense of urgency is going up for this offense now. They haven't had that many possessions so far in the game, and because they've got no points now, it feels like the quarterback's starting to press. He's trying to make it happen on his own, taking a shot down the field. Another incompletion for this offense. They can't get anything going.
Not sexy at all, right? Just hand the ball to the running back. Could I pull it? Yeah, but I want to get that first down. Nice job understanding the situation of the game, going and getting the first down and getting a fresh set of downs.
Fires to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Back to pass. Dances away to buy time. Got a little space. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide in the end. Don't take a big shot.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on third and long. Looking for a man. It's Garrett. Floats it out in space. The chains will move, and they'll have first and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Caught behind the line. It's Russell. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, that completion now sets up a critical third down here in the red zone for this quarterback. His offense, his team, is trailing by a lot. They're going to need him to start making plays consistently, and he's going to have to do it when the defense knows he's about to throw it. And that's exactly the situation right here. Third down in the red zone. The quarterback has got to step up on this next play.
They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. They'll try to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. Trying to find the end zone. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. After getting nothing on the last snap, let's see if they try to run it in on 3rd and goal from the 1. Looking for the goal line. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. They'll try to slam it in. He didn't get there. 4th and goal from the 1, and they are stuffed.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward.
Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Dropping back, it's Garrett. Lost one deep down the right side. Grabs it inside the 15. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll set up to throw. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Buys a little time with his feet. Give him 6. Touchdown, Washington.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
Ready to try the point after. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Why not double the try total and go for 2? He's looking to throw. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Leaves it with the running back. There he goes. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. The Cornhuskers will hustle to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Makes the grab. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Grab near the sticks, it's Singleton. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16. I think that receiver really had two choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he's going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these crow routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback...
Touchdown, Nebraska! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Might be calling a hot route. To throw, it's Garrett. Moves around to clear up the vision. Throwing on the run. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We're just about ready to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score.
Breaks into the open. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. Productive pass offense for the Huskies, and they've had a long line of quarterbacks who've gone on to the pros.
Yeah, a lot of guys that you can think of. Warren Moon obviously was so dynamic, so good, but guys that were surgical, guys that read the defenses, made the decision, made big plays. That's what the Husky fans want to see.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another.
Fires one high and deep. Touchdown, Huskies! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. On the run, it's Freeman. Got enough for the first. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Off-play action on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Husker. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And this offense picks up right where it left off. Scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
He'll bring it out. It's Clark. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this turning it on. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The Huskies, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the air, it's Garrett. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Wants to throw on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Huskies in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
The Huskies are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Quickly out to the tight end. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Washington wants to go quickly. Tries again to get it in. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now, and you're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball, I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive the rest of the game.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollard.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Into the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on 4th down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players this.
Oh, he's got some space. He's piled up 112 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. From their own 18-yard line, it's 1st down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. And the Huskers look to keep this drive humming. Looking for a crease to the left. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Power football with the run. He breaks a tackle. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Finding open area, just plowing ahead. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. To the ground with the back. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving.
There he goes. Nice move to keep running. He smashes his way through again. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Louisiana Tech was able to cap off a close one in Ruston with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. A busy day in CUSA, and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping it. He'll off one deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too.
A lot of times when you go to the stat sheet after the game, defenses are going to look at explosive plays. Like, we're taught to be top down, stay deep, don't give up those big plays, make them earn it all the way.
Touchdown, Washington! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Hey, how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, or number 3's coming soon.
He stopped short of the goal line, and they are unable to get the 2 and cut this to a 2-possession game. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Singleton. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking for space. It's Freeman. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on 3rd and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now decided to go for it, setting up a 4th down. And this looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Makes the grab, and they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on first down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on 1st and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Russell. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down.
QB now has over 400 yards passing, guys, and you got to give everybody else in his supporting cast a ton of credit. Receivers, great job running routes, catching the football, and this offensive line has been outstanding, giving him time to throw.
They really got this offense humming. Just a 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. Drills him with the stiff arm. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did.
Beck's going for the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Nebraska! That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just... He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And now this offense will take the field again. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for it all. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football.
Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
He wants to change this route. Dropping back, it's Garrett. Throws to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. And the Huskies are in the hurry-up. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. Touchdown, Huskies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. Running the red zone, it's Parker. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. The give. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense